You know, there are some days it sucks being me. Armchair Engineer 85, guys. Boy, do I got something to show you. Well, you want to talk about disheartening? Here it is. So I'll show you the issue first. So check this out. Yeah, that shouldn't be that easy. And then show you another little thing here. So watch these rocker arms when I crank it. Yeah, they don't move. And then watch the intake here. Yeah, that's oil coming out. This engine is blown. I would say that it is obviously the gear that runs off the crankshaft that runs the your lifters, you know, your camshaft. Obviously something's went wrong down there, and I echo this because I've been having issues with this. So now I'll tell you the whole story of this. So this isn't the original engine in this lawn tractor. It's a John Deere L100. About 2 years ago, the engine blew, and the reason why the engine blew is because the throttle plate, the two screws that hold the throttle plate on, they came loose over time, and they got sucked into the engine as well as the throttle plate, and they ended up blowing the engine and blew a hole through the block. I think it originally blew somewhere down there. So I was really lucky, or so I thought, and I found at the end of the season, I found a replacement engine for like $100, and it was like everything but the starter and the carburetor, which wasn't an issue because I was able to swap those over from the old engine. So I installed it, and everything ran awesome for about a year. Then I had trouble starting issues, and I thought maybe it was the battery, not this battery here, but it was the original battery that was in it. So I went and I got a new battery, and everything ran great for quite a bit. And then I started having issues again near the end of last year. It was tough cranking, it was intermittent. You would turn the key, and it would go like that. It was like it was doing it in surges. So upon doing my research, what I found was they said that usually when that happens, it's the decompression valve that has went, and that's what allows these to crank over easier. What I didn't realize was I actually destroyed the starter. Smoke had started coming out of it, and it seized it right up. I took the starter apart, and in the armature and the commutator, they were all burnt to shit. It was no good. So I ended up getting a new starter for this, and it actually ran great for about the last week and a half. I was, happy, thinking, okay, we're back on charge now. Maybe it was just something, maybe the starter was weak from the battery being shitty, so it was working harder to compensate for the crappy battery. But lo and behold, here I am right now. And what was happening in the last day was it was revving really high, and I was trying to toy with the governor. I'll show you here, and I don't really know why, but the governor on this particular model isn't very easy. So basically right now, even if I put it in its lowest speed, this throttle plate in here will be wide open. Every time it would run wide open, which was all right for a little bit, because it was like, okay, whatever, I'll use the choke plate up here when I want to just settle it down to warm it up. But then what happened was it just started surging like crazy, and it just spiked in RPM. So I probably spent the last day, if not day and a half, many hours fiddle fucking with this thing, excuse my language, to get it to work. And just right now, it blew. It started sounding different. It would crank, and it would crank a little too easy. So what I did was I peeled the valve cover off, and oil just started pouring out of it. I thought something's wrong here. Maybe I got a stuck valve or something's going on. The reason why I thought I had a stuck valve is because oil started spraying into the intake. So I thought, okay, maybe something's wrong. The intake valve is stuck open, and that's why it won't crank over, because it's not getting compression. So I peeled this off, and oil just started dumping out here. And here I am. And I mean, like I said, now I can spin this over by hand, which just you weren't able to do that before. So unfortunately, this is the start of summer, I'm at a crossroads because now I'm left without a riding lawn tractor, and it's disheartening because the original engine blew, and I installed this engine thinking, okay, right on, and it wasn't hard to install. It took about, you know, the better part of a day, and now I'm back here. So I want to hear what your guys' suggestions are. Should I get a new engine for this? Should I scrap this? Should I try and find something different? Should I try and find an old Honda? If it's anything like my snowblower, it's been nothing but reliable. I know Honda don't make riding lawn tractors. They haven't for quite a while, but I'm just kind of scratching my head. I'm not totally left out in the dark. I have my push mower here, and it runs great, but obviously it's going to take longer, and in summer, you know, summer flies by fast enough. So anyways, you guys let me know what you think I should do. Armchair Engineer 85. I'm going to be checking the comments. Thanks, guys. Bye.